Oh goodness, my cords are still all entangled. It's just, it's really, it's a bit pitiful, isn't it? It's um, like a ball of yarn. It's like all these cords. I know wireless is great, but it's more expensive, and then sometimes it stops working. But I know the wires, as long as they're connected, we're doing good. We're doing good. We are not old technology as human beings, are we? Some people say, well, human beings are old technology. The next generation is animals. I don't know. I love animals, but aren't they pretty Never mind. I've never met an animal as intelligent as Albert Einstein. Okay. And I'm not even fit to be breathing the same air as Albert Einstein's airs, because I am incredibly stupid. Einstein had a very large cranium. He had a huge head, and I have a small cranium. Consequently, a small head. Maybe I don't have as many neurons, but I have something going on. My faith in Jesus Christ. Yes, the gospel. Would you like to know that it really matters to me? I mean, it should matter to me, because success and popularity in the world have eluded me, and I suppose it could have been by God's own design. Early on in life, I had a up and down sort of rocky road. I received a few accolades, academic accolades, in junior high and high school and college. And then once I got married and started having children, nobody wanted to give me any accolades. They just want to give me grief and criticism, which is fine, which I'm getting to this day. I mean, not that I deserve it, but if I'm getting it, I'm going to dish it out. I mean, it's a terrible thing to say. I don't think it's unchristian to criticize our fellow Americans. Maybe we're a dying race, like the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, and then we might add a few Catholics into the mix. If we were such a wonderful nation, why did we have abortion since 1973? I was born in 1972, and thank God I was born too early. Before it was legal. I'm only half kidding. I don't know. When people have no moral compass, when they say, well, I'm religious and I'm a Catholic or I'm this or that, but they don't follow the letter of the law, one wonders if they just embrace the label and not the lifestyle.
Wasn't that original, Erica? Thank you very much.
No, it wasn't, actually. Probably somebody else said it before I did. Really, of course, it just occurred to me. It did. And I'm not trying to copy off of anybody else's answers. When I took tests and quizzes in school, very rarely did I try to copy off of other people's papers. I mean, if I ever did at all, I just can't remember doing that, because I was pretty smart, except when it came to math. Math puts me in some sort of a coma or something. It's like I would come up with my own formulae, like to solve mathematical. You don't have the numbers, Erica. You don't have the numbers. I made up a little chant for myself when I was a little kid in elementary school. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. 8 + 8 is 16. 16 and 16 is 32. 32 and 32 is 64. 64 and 64 is 128. 128 and 128 is I don't know. That's as far as it went. My mathematical aptitude. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. I mean, I could get along with the small numbers, but No, it's like there's something missing. I'm telling you, I have a small cranium. There's not enough gray matter in here to do the math. I'm very good at English, though. I am fairly good. I won't say I'm very good, but I am fairly good. Still, how difficult it was for me to even write something. It would take me, when you talk about writer's cramp, it would take me hours to warm up to actually write a good paper. It would take me hours. And I remember that I had a speech class at Bluffton College, now Bluffton University, and it would take me so long to write the speech. Of course, I didn't have time to memorize the speech. And I'm not very good at memorization anyway. It's like the small... Yes, the small hat explains a lot, Erica. Yeah, I got a C+. And there was a very nice young lady, a natural redhead young lady, who said, "But I thought your speeches were amongst the best. You got a C+. I mean, she was so kind. She knew I'm a person with a disability because I was born too early. Actually, they brought me forward. It's called an induction. I was only like 6 pounds when I was born. I should have been like at least an 8 or 9 pounder because I'm not a tiny girl today. No, I mean, most of my kids. I mean, I never had a kid that was under 7 pounds. For me to have been born at 6 pounds with 2 parents who were very large people, the induction robbed me of a few brain cells. I'm telling you, it robbed me of neurons. And I tried to make up for it somehow. I don't know. I just wonder if that kind of made me autistic or something. Not that I'm blaming anybody or pointing a finger. So when Christians attempt to evangelize, it's not that they're trying to point fingers. They're just saying, hey, there's somebody who's really great, and he's graciously accepting all of your faults and your flaws if you're willing to turn them over to him, even your sins, things you've done wrong. Boy, what's the last thing I've done wrong? I don't know. I've been a Christian for so long. I always try to do the right thing, and when I fail, I know that I'm imperfect in almost every way. But God says that's not a failure as long as you're in faith. I mean, unless you're like a mass murderer. It's like, well, I'm in faith. I'm killing people. No. Please understand. None of us is perfect. And some of us have a far greater facility for perfection than others. I'm more like in the medium level. I try to be polite. I try to be nice. I really do. Gosh gracious. But sometimes you have crabby attitudes, and sometimes your attention span wanes, and boy, do I try. I'm better than ever, but it would never match up to God's standard of perfection and righteousness, which was embodied in Jesus Christ. So I'm just saying, oh gosh, please set your hopes on Jesus. In his name alone, we're saved.